to the front court. They have no timeouts remaining.
He causes too many timeouts. That's a technical foul.
He called a timeout.
What's good with y'all? You watching another Timeout with ADLB? Like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. But we just finished finals, game 1 in the 2021 finals. You know, this wasn't the finals that we were expecting, but I'm kind of glad we got the finals. We got the Phoenix Suns versus the Milwaukee Bucks. You know, two small market team that nobody thought was going to make it to the finals. You know, both teams had a bunch of luck. You know, we can't deny that. Both teams had players. The full team was all healthy. And, you know, made the healthiest team win. So at first we thought Giannis wasn't gonna play because he hyperextended his knee, and that shit looked like he tore his ACL. But I'm kind of glad that he didn't, tear that shit. No structural damage. So we get to watch the stars of both teams, Chris Paul, Giannis, all play together, and. Yeah, so final score was 105 to 118. The Suns took the dub. Chris Paul balled his ass up. You know, Phoenix Suns had a big ass lead in the third quarter. Chris Paul was on fire. Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis looked like they were disappointing girls all day. Gave no D. No D at all. See, why do the Bucks switch the screens and have the big dudes guarding Chris Paul and Devin Booker? You know, it don't make sense at all. It don't make sense. You know, your ass gonna get cooked all the time. And it just showed. You know, Chris Paul had himself a good ass game. He led the team in all scores. Actually, the whole game is scoring. So, Chris Paul had 32 points, 9 assists. Nearly had himself a double-double. And Devin Booker, he showed up too. I mean, his shooting percentage wasn't that good. But given the fact that it's his very first finals game and his very first playoff, he came out aggressive. He got himself 27 points, 6 assists. He was contributing, shot 10 for 10 from free throws. And DeAndre Ayton, man's almost had a 2020 game. He had 22 rebounds. 19 rebounds, 22 assists. He looking like a glass cleaning lockdown in 2K21 in the rec league. You know, Suns got themselves a good big man. DeAndre Ayton, he just, as I said before, you know, he grabs the rebounds. He scores at an efficient clip. Shot 8 for 10 today. So you can't complain about a big man that just plays his roles. Mikal Bridges contributed too. Fucking 14 points. Shit. And you don't really expect him to score. You just expect him to play good defense. But when you have playmakers like Chris Paul and Devin Booker on your team, it makes scoring a little bit easier. All you got to do is cut through. They'll attract so much defense, and then you'll get your easy buckets. Cam Johnson made his open shots too. Got 10 points. Campaign. I know he had a moment in the fourth quarter where he was just cooking people up. The Bucks, Giannis, with the injury, you know, he still had a good game. 20 points, 17 rebounds. You can't complain about that. He showed up, you know, especially with this first game back after his knee injury. You would think that he would be a minute restriction, but it's the fucking finals. Ain't no holding back. Ain't no holding back at all. You got to go full force. Chris Middleton had himself a solid game. 29 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. But Chris Middleton, to be honest, he's a double-edged sword. You never know which Chris Middleton you're going to get. You never know if he's just going to score 10 points or 20, but today he had 29. I had him in my fantasy basketball league, and he was such a headache to have. Actually, the last few weeks in my fantasy squad, motherfucker didn't show up. And I took the L. Traded all my draft picks away just to took an L in the first round. Thank you, Chris Middleton. So I was really hyped for this matchup. A big reason was because we get to see Chris Paul versus Drew Holiday. Both of them are veteran point guards that need their flowers. They've still playing at a star level. Drew Holiday has a major role in the Bucks' success. He's an all-team defensive team player. Him and Giannis, they clamp everybody up except Chris Paul and Devin Booker. I was disappointed with Drew Holiday. He only had 10 points off of 4 for 14 shooting. Horrible. 9 assists, 7 rebounds. He kind of looked like Ben Simmons out there. You would think that was Ben Simmons playing in a Drew Holiday jersey. Brook Lopez, he had himself 17 points as well. But all that buckets is nothing when you're getting cooked and your defensive liability. So it was a cool game. It was a high scoring game or decent score, 105 to 118. I honestly thought it was gonna be a low scoring game, just because both teams have all the inexperience in the finals. But they both showed up. They both scored. They could have been better on the defensive end. Freaking the Suns, though, what made a difference was all the free throws that they made. They took 26 free throws, made 25, shooting at a 96% clip. If you took any type of class in school, that's damn near an A+, maybe even an A+. And then the Bucks shot 9 for 16 from free throw. That shit was so fucking funny. You hear the crowd chatting, counting out to 12, even up to 12 when Giannis is shooting his free throw. Motherfucker take his time shooting his free throws. All for what? Just to brick? I remember when Timmy Duncan would take his time at his free throw line as well. But he made them. He never brick as much as Giannis did. Giannis shot 7 for 12 from free throw. And then we get on LeBron for missing all his free throws. Come on, y'all. Give LeBron a break. Bryn Forbes was, the Suns was running pick and roll plays all the time because Milwaukee Bucks would just switch on every screen. So what these Suns would do is either Devin Booker or Chris Paul would get the ball in their hands. They will set the screen so they can either have Bryn Forbes guard him, Bobby Portis, Brook Lopez, and neither of them could score. Guard. Neither of them could guard, and that really slowed the game down. And it really helped the Suns cook them. It was a great, energetic first quarter. CP3 erupted in the third quarter, had 16 points. The Suns just had a big lead, and it was all established in the third quarter. They had all that momentum built up from the third quarter. the Bucks was just playing catch up, but all they had was mustard, sour taste in the mouth. That's a bar if I heard one. So I'm expecting game 2 to be a little different because Bucks just took a L. You know, they took a L. They have a sense of urgency, especially when they don't have home court advantage. Bucks normally they bounce back after taking a beating. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Bucks win and if Drew Holiday showed up because today, man, he was an embarrassment. Come on, Drew. Shit, that's all I gotta say. Like, comment, and subscribe if you fuck with this. If you don't fuck with it, say fuck you in the comment section. Thank you for tuning in to this timeout. Peace.